going to be my first impressions get ready with me on most of the Sephora makeup that I picked up during the Sephora VIB sale. I have tried a few of these things off camera, but this is going to be the first time I'm using them on camera. Don't worry, I still have a bunch of new stuff to try for you guys today that I haven't tried yet. So I just wanted to say before we start the video that I have a new computer, new manicure, and new makeup. So let's get into it. Okay, so before I start, I just wanted to say that I just got a new MacBook Pro. I traded in my MacBook Air from last April because it honestly wasn't really serving my needs that well at all. It was always like being taken up with so much space. It never had any space for it to hold half of my videos that I filmed. The camera kind of sucked. The mic kind of sucked to film videos. This camera is so much clearer on the MacBook Pro, and also the old computer, the MacBook Air, had an Intel processor, and now since like November or December of this past year, Mac started making their own Apple processors, which are 10 million times better than the Intel ones. So I decided to trade in the one I got last year because it still has a pretty amazing value to get a new MacBook Pro. So this is the first video I'm filming on this computer, and I'm so excited. And what better video to film than first impressions on all the new goodies that I picked up from Sephora. I went kind of crazy. I picked up my wish list and then some. I will be filming my haul tomorrow, but today I just really wanted to try out a bunch of stuff that I got. So let's get into it. I just wanted to show you guys my manicure real quick. I was about to say wheel quick. I got my nails done yesterday finally, since I didn't have a chance to get them done last week and when I was in quarantine the week before. So I had that green nail polish for like almost 2.5 weeks. So I was like, it's time for me to get a new manicure. So I got like this really pretty like pink, and then I got these tie-dye nails. I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see them, but basically they're like really, really light, like ombre colors, but like the light kind of like washes it out. I'll try and take another picture on my Instagram story for you guys, but if I hold it back here, you can kind of see the colors. If I hold it up too close, the light just like washes it out. So let's jump into this video, but I really like them. Okay, so I picked up a bunch of new stuff. The first thing that I'm going to use for you guys is the Marc Jacobs Undercover Perfect Coconut Eye Primer. I have tried this once, so obviously I'm going to use it again for you guys in this video. Marc Jacobs is a really amazing price right now. Basically, mostly his entire brand is 30% off, I believe. I believe it's 30% off. And then you get the 20% off from the sale on top of that. So you're basically getting almost 50% off for Marc Jacobs. So basically you could pick up mostly anything that you've been wanting to try from Marc Jacobs for half price right now. So I thought that was a pretty amazing deal. I've always wanted to try this primer, so I figured I would just pick it up, and it was like $11 or $12 when it's like normally like $30. So I thought that was a pretty good price. So I'm just going to prime my eyes with this guy. It is very, very smoothing, very moisturizing, and I could tell that it applied my eyeshadow pretty damn well when I used it the first time a couple days ago. But my eyes are pretty dry right now. I'm not really sure why. They've been dry since like yesterday. I'm not really sure why they're so dry, but I love how I keep on saying why and so dry. So yeah. So I'm just going to jump off and do, actually, you know what? We'll just do it here. Why not? So I'm just going to apply my lip oil so we can add some nourishment to my lips while we're doing my eyes, because my lips are a little bit chapped right now. And then we'll jump into the new eyeshadow palette that I got. Yes, I did get a new eyeshadow palette because I'm crazy. Okay, and then to set my eye primer, I did pick up a new pressed powder. This is the Dior Backstage Face and Body Powder. And this is the new like pressed powder from Dior. It's pretty damn new. They just came out with it like a few weeks back. I could open it up. Jesus, Caitlin. And this is what it looks like. Look how beautiful this is. It's so pretty. So I'm just going to set my eyes with that. I'm gonna take a decent amount. I haven't used this to set my eyes yet, but it's a really smooth, soft powder, and I think that it'll set the eye primer down pretty beautifully. So yeah, that looks really nice. It builds up to be like really super smooth. Like it's not like super pigmented powder until you like build it up more, and it's very, very smoothing. So that smoothed out my eye primer pretty nice. Okay, and now we're gonna go into the new palette that I picked up. I picked up basically this is honestly the newest palette that Sephora has come out with and Melt has come out with. And this is the Melt Cosmetics Mary Jane palette. Now, I was trying to convince myself not to get this because I have a few Melt palettes already, and I was gonna save myself to buy the Nabla palette that I've been wanting, but for some reason this just sucked me in. I saw it in person a couple of times at Sephora. They actually have a small Melt section in my Sephora where they do have quite a few of their eyeshadow palettes and some of their like cheek products. They don't have everything. They only have very select items, but they have a good amount of their eyeshadow palettes in the store, and they did have this in the store, so I didn't have to order it. I just picked it up yesterday. So Melt did just have a sale, but this was not included since this was their brand new collection, and that's pretty much what they do, especially like around the Sephora sale. A lot of brands do their own sale. And sometimes it's better than the discount that you get at Sephora. But for me, it's worth it just to get everything at Sephora. I mean, I understand some websites are 25% off and some websites are 30% off. But for me to just pick up everything in store, it kind of makes more sense because I get cash back from using my Sephora card. And I paid for everything using my Sephora card. I get like that value back in cash rewards with my Sephora card. So one second. Okay, sorry. My mom called me to see if we wanted anything from Trader Joe's, and she was heading there after. She actually finally was out of the house today. I mean, the only time my mom does go out of the house is if she gets a haircut or if she goes to the supermarket to go food shopping for us. But she actually went to the farm earlier today because she's a master gardener, and she finally got to, like, you know, do things outside. It's such a beautiful day today. So anyway, let's jump into the palette. Let me stop rambling. Also, the packaging is pretty sick. I love how it has like the glitter infused in the letters. It's just so sick. And I love their cannabis themed palettes. And if you guys didn't know, now in New York, cannabis smoking is now legal. So I basically can talk about it as much as I want to now because it's legal now. So I've always been wanting a cannabis themed palette. So I decided to pick up, why did I say I decide? I decided to pick up this one. So it does come with a plastic insert, and then this is what the palette looks like. I just thought this palette was so, so pretty. It just looks so pretty. So we're just going to jump right into the palette. So the first shade I'm going to use is the shade Mari. I'll go into the palette in more depth when I haul it, but I just really, really want to jump into the palette and try it. So we're going to jump into the shade Mari first. So since like the past, and I'm going to put that in my crease. So the past Melt like palettes that they came out with that were cannabis themed, I wasn't really drawn to them. Oh my god, this matte is so freaking smooth. I love Melt's mattes. They are so pigmented and they blend out beautifully. So, but this one for some reason was intriguing me since I saw like the promo photos for it. I was really excited to see what the palette actually was gonna look like, and then when they revealed it, I was like, oh my god, that is so pretty. And again, originally I convinced myself to not get this, and I think I said that in my palettes that I'm still interested in for 2021 video that I said I wasn't going to get this. But then, like I said, I kept on eyeing it in person and I was like, I kind of want it. So I ended up picking it up. Don't judge me. So I'm just going to buff that all in the crease. And so far that shade is performing really nicely. It's actually a really nice base shade. It's not too pigmented. Honestly, I feel like this palette might be a little bit more of an approachable palette from Melt. I think this might be possibly a good basic palette for someone to start out with if they've never tried the brand before. These matte, I feel like these mattes, I can already tell that they're not as pigmented as the ones in the Rust palette. Because even though I've said before that the Rust palette's a pretty good basic palette to start out with if you've never tried Melt, they are very pigmented mattes in that palette still. So, but we'll see. I'm sure these will... Okay, it has like that weird smell again. It has that weird smell like the Waiting Room palette does. Like it smells like old. But it doesn't transfer to your eyes, so whatever. I think it'll be fine. So then for the defining shade, I'm going to go into the shade Rubia. It's a little bit darker than the crease shade we used. And I'm going to use that to define my crease area. I mean, this shade is obviously more pigmented than the last one. And I don't know why. It smells a little bit weird. That's kind of annoying me. So anyway, these shimmers look super, super sparkly. And the only reason why I was kind of hesitating to pick up this palette was because it had a lot of shimmers in it. I honestly feel like they should have put more than 4 mattes in here. I kind of wish there was like one more matte shade in here. Maybe like an even lighter brownish shade than the Mars shade rather than having 6 shimmers. I probably would have put at least, I would have done 5 mattes, 5 shimmers, but that's just me. I kind of like when a palette has an even number of both because I feel like it's a good balance between mattes and shimmers because obviously they're equal amounts. So that shade's blending out really, really pretty. And now for my outer corners, I'm going to go into obviously the darkest shade in the palette, which is called Sinsemilla. I have no idea what strain that is. I think I've heard of most of these strains before, but that one I haven't really heard of. And then I have to decide what lid shade I want to use because I think I might use the bronzy tone. Or maybe I'll just use plain old Mary Jane because that is the name of the palette. So that might be fun to use that one. But I was kind of going to save that possibly for work on Saturday because I wanted to wear like a gold shade on my lid for Saturday. Because I already like have in mind what I'm wearing. That's how I am. I plan out my outfits and I plan out my makeup because if I don't, I get so overwhelmed. So like I have to be like, oh, I'm going to try this, then I'm going to try this for this. So yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to just build that up. Again, Melt's mattes are some of the best. Like they just build up so easily and you can get their, especially like their rich, dark brown shades, you can build them up to be so pigmented and they really do build up on the outer corner like so beautifully. Okay, so after that, I'm just going to apply my glitter glue and then we'll figure out what lid shade I'm using. Okay, so for my lid shade, I'm torn between Bow or this bronzy shade, Sweet Lucy. I think I'm going to go into that shade because I did kind of use like a similar shade from the Rust palette a couple of days ago that's similar to Bow. So I'm going to use the bronzy tone shade. So let's go in with that. Oh my god. So if you want pigment, like their pigment is insane. That is so pigmented, but that's actually really, really pretty. And I'm like kind of afraid to go in with more because it's a bit crumbly, but It's so pigmented. Holy crappy-olies. That is so pretty. I'm kind of mad though that my mom's going to Trader Joe's and I'm not with her because I love going with her. I told her to pick up lemonade, tea, chips, and the cones that we love. So, and I was like, that's pretty much it. I can't really think of anything else. So, yeah. Just keep in mind these shades are pretty crumbly and they have a lot of fallout. But honestly, for me, it doesn't matter if something like has fallout. It just depends on if it has pigment for me and if this doesn't transfer, which I don't think this is going to transfer too much because that is just so pretty. All right, so that's pretty much it for what I'm going to use from the palette right now, and then we'll prime my face off camera to save some time so we can go into the other products that I picked up, and also I'm just going to pop on Hear Me Out on my brow bone. Okay, so I went ahead and popped on Hear Me Out off camera on my brow bone, and then I just went in and kind of like cleaned up the eyeshadow underneath my eyes. And then I just primed my face with my MAC Prep and Prime Cucumber. And then I went in with my NYX Marshmallow Primer. I just love this stuff. It smells so amazing. Like, I love it. And then for my face, I'm going to be going into one of the brand new products from Fenty Beauty, which I also talked to you guys about in my haul. And this is the Fenty Beauty by Rihanna Easy Drop Blurring Skin Tint. And I got mine in the shade 1, so I'm going to be trying this out for the second time for you guys. I did try it out the day after I got it, because when I had shopped at Sephora initially, I think this past Friday, I don't know why this takes me so long to get out of the box. I didn't obviously try it that day because I had already had makeup on when I picked up everything. So this is what the tube looks like. I really like the packaging on this. It's really soft, and you actually get quite a bit of product in here. You get 1.08 ounces, so that's pretty good. So I'm just gonna shake it up a little bit. So I did try this on, I believe, Saturday, and I really liked it. So I'm not gonna take too much. It's actually pretty pigmented. It comes out pigmented, but it's actually really nice and buildable, so you like kind of need a little bit more, but it kind of comes out like you feel like a foundation would be, but like once you start applying it, it kind of thins out, if that makes any sense. And then I'm just gonna take, I usually don't like saying that where I'm like, oh, if that makes sense, because most of the time when YouTubers say that, it's like, yes, it makes sense, it's not rocket science, but like sometimes I say that just to make sure it actually does make sense, because sometimes with some tinted moisturizer, it's a little bit difficult to describe like the texture of it, so I'm trying to explain it like as best as I can. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend that out. And basically with this, it is such a skin-like product that basically just evens out your skin tone. Like, it doesn't really provide much coverage. It just blends out and kind of just gives you really natural coverage. And that's why I really was liking it the first time that I tried it. I was like, wow, it's even, I mean, you would think it wasn't going to be as natural as like the ColourPop tinted moisturizer, because that feels like thinner in consistency, and since like tinted moisturizers usually feel pretty watery, I thought that this was kind of going to be similar, but this is actually, it's like, it feels like a watery foundation, and then when you blend it out, it just feels like nothing. And again, it basically just evens out your skin tone, like, you see that it didn't really provide much coverage. It just evened out my skin. So, like, for people that, like, want something to be a little bit more pigmented, I don't think, or more coverage, I don't think this is going to be the product for you. But you can always, like, take it and build it up. For today, I'm not going to build it up because I'm only going to my boyfriend's house, so I don't need too much coverage. So I'm just going to grab my concealer, and that will add, obviously, more coverage. Okay, and then for my concealer, I didn't pick up a new concealer during the sale. There honestly wasn't really any concealer I was intrigued on trying for the sale. So I'm just using my newest concealer in my collection, and you can get this at Sephora. So I wanted to use as many products that you can get at Sephora as possible. So I just went in with my Kosas concealer in the shade 0.5. And I already applied it just to save a little bit of time. And originally I was just going to do this off camera, but I kind of want to show you guys how the concealer kind of just like meshes with this product. And it doesn't really like provide too much coverage again, especially like this concealer. It just like blends right into it. So you can get like a really, really like natural looking complexion by using like these two products together. I really have been enjoying the Kosas concealer with this. So basically, again, not too much coverage. So, and then I'm just gonna apply it underneath my eyes. Okay, so I didn't apply too much, but Mama needs some under eye coverage lately because I feel like my under eyes have just been looking very tired because I haven't been sleeping the greatest the past week. So it's kind of been, affecting my bags underneath my eyes. I mean, I have been using an eye cream day and night and it does help, but even like eye creams can't and concealer can't help me like from not looking tired sometimes. So, but I try not to put on too much concealer, so yeah. And then basically everything after this concealer and set my under eyes will be new stuff from Sephora that I got. Okay, so I just went ahead and set my under eyes off camera. I used the e.l.f. HD powder. That's literally like the that's like the cheapest thing I'm using today. I picked up a lot of bougie stuff during the sale. So I'm going to go back into the Dior powder so we can set my face with this. I did use this for the first time yesterday, and I really, really liked it. Again, it's very light on the skin, so I think it's going to work really nicely with the Fenty Beauty. It honestly just adds like such an airbrushed effect. See how pretty it is with the Fenty Beauty powder? Like, it's so weightless and just adds like, you don't even feel this powder. This is so lightweight. I really have been enjoying this one, so really, really nice. And then we'll, I think we're going to jump back into the lower lash line now. Okay, so now we're going to go into the lower lash line. I think the only thing that I'm going to do is take the shade Mari, and I'm just going to smudge that underneath my eyes. And then I think I'm going to take the lightest shade and put that in my inner corners. Hopefully it's not too sparkly. But I'm just going to take that shade and just run it on my lower lash line. Again, I was beyond excited to film today. I was so excited to film on this computer. It's just so nice. And I don't have to deal with like worrying about running out of space anymore because I got double the storage this time. So I got the 512 as opposed to the 256, and that's really like all I need. And it's like, it's such a difference. It's like crazy. Okay, this shade isn't really that pigmented, but honestly, I wanted a really, really light wash of color underneath the eyes. I didn't really want it to be too dark. So we're just going to stay really, really light. Let's just finish that up. And then for the inner corners, I'm going to go into this shade called Cali. It's a really pretty, like super sparkly shimmer. I'm hoping it's not too sparkly so that it doesn't really do anything on the inner corner. So let's see. I might have to wet it possibly so it can kind of pick up a little bit better. Yeah, it's kind of like super sparkly, so I don't know how much this is actually going to do, but it's pretty. Okay, it's building up. This takes a little bit of building. I'm going to have to clean up that transfer again from the lid shade. Wasn't really transferring until now. Yeah, I might have to spray this. So let me just use my ColourPop Pretty Fresh spray. I'm just gonna see if that helps it like stick a little bit better. Yeah, definitely. Again, that takes quite a bit of building. So just be mindful because these shades have a lot of sparkle in them. So they're a little bit more crumbly. Okay, so I went ahead and primed my lashes and kind of cleaned up my crease a little bit more. And now I'm going to go in with one of the eyeliners that I picked up, which is one of the Marc Jacobs liners. Again, these are a pretty good price right now because they're about like $13, $12 a piece because they're on sale plus the 20% off. So I'm going to use the deeper brown that I picked up, which is called Earthquake. I did also pick up Brownie a couple weeks ago. So I found that this was like a deeper brown, and I was like, oh, I don't have this one. So I decided to pick up the deeper brown as well. And this is so, again, richly pigmented. Just so good. And I think it goes really, really good with this look because, like, basically it's like a super brown, cool tone look. So I think that this liner is perfect for it. And then we're going to go into the new mascara. The new mascara that I got. And your girl decided to be bougie and pick up the Gucci mascara. So I went ahead and got that. I saw that this was the like best mascara for Allure back in 2019. So look how bougie this packaging is. It's like just so pretty. And it's not like too heavy, but it's nice. So I'm just going to go ahead and coat my lashes with that. I think my mom just got home, so I might have to help her with the groceries real quick. So I tried this out yesterday because I did go and see a couple of my friends yesterday because I haven't seen them in like 5 months, so I was really missing some of my friends. So I did try this out yesterday, and I wasn't like obsessed with it, but today I do feel like it's giving my lashes really nice volume and giving my lashes a really nice curl. Do I think it's worth $34? Probably not, but I thought that this was decently priced for Gucci. I was like, oh, it's $34. I'm like, that's actually not too bad. So I decided to get it. All right, I'll be right back. I have to go help my mom. Okay, and now basically everything else I'm using, I did actually pick this up. I mean, I did actually use this yesterday, but this is the first time I'm using it on camera for you guys. So I also decided to pick up the Gucci bronzing powder. Yes, like I said, I picked up some bougie items. So this just packaging is just so freaking pretty. And it comes in like this pouch that says Gucci on it. And just look at this beautiful packaging. Like, can we just take a minute? I love this color for packaging. I'm pretty sure a lot of people love like this color. I feel like Estee Lauder was one of the first ones that used this color for packaging. And then a lot of like luxury brands use this color. But I just think it gives Gucci like such a classic look. Like, it's such beautiful packaging. So, and this is what the bronzer looks like. It actually has a very perfumey fragrance. But I think it's a really nice fragrance. But if you get, like, headaches from, like, strong fragrances, it is a very strong fragrance. So, I'm just going to start bronzing up my skin. Yesterday, I wasn't, like, too, like, thrilled with this. Like, I feel like it's a very light bronzer. I think it's a beautiful everyday bronzer. By the way, I got it in the shade 1. But I don't think it's like a bronzer that like I would use for like going out and stuff, but it is building up pretty nicely today. Just yesterday, I felt like it was very, very light. It's so weird because sometimes it depends on like how your skin is doing that day, what you're applying it with underneath. So sometimes like all of that stuff like it affects like how a product is going to perform. So just keep that in mind. But this just looks, it applies so nicely and it just feels so silky. But I don't think it's worth like $60. But again, I thought that this wasn't as crazy expensive as like the other Gucci products. And like I said before, I was going to pick up, I mean, I didn't say it in this video, but I was going to pick up the Kosas concealer, but then I heard that it didn't smell good. So I was like, why don't I just spend the money and get a bronzer that, you know, a lot of people were talking about. And I saw a lot of YouTubers recommend this or try it out before the sale. And I was like, you know what? I kind of want it. But at the same time, I've picked up a lot of bronzers this year. So I usually don't go so crazy for bronzers, but I just really wanted this. I thought it just looked so beautiful. Okay, so now another first impression. So I'm finally trying the blush that everybody is talking about right now. A lot of people are saying that this is probably one of the best cream blushes that have come out. Cream blushes are really, really hot right now, really, really trendy. So I decided to pick up one of the Melt Cream blush lights, and I got mine in the shade Sandy Cheeks. So I'm finally trying it out today. I heard that these are pretty amazing. I saw that most people say that these are worth the hype. So I'm really excited to try it. Yes, I did set my face already with the Dior powder, but I feel like since that's such a lightweight powder, like super silky powder, I think this will go on really nicely on top. I kind of forgot that I had already set my face, that I was going to use a cream blush, but I think it'll be okay. So this is what the packaging looks like. Says the name on the back, and then this is the blush. It's like just, you know, a basic ass color that I really liked. It's not too orange. It's like an everyday peach shade. So I'm just going to take my stippling brush. I'm not going to take too much. I'm not sure how much product you need, but I heard that these are amazing. So I have a very high expectation for this, so let's see. Because I really like the Tower 28 blushes. Okay, I feel like I probably should have not set my face because I feel like it's kind of just going, oh, that's actually really nice. I kind of feel like it's going on top of my powder, but I feel like once you blend it out, I think it meshes nicely with the skin. But I think I should have used this where I didn't set my face first. So that's the only thing. But holy, oh my God, that is so freaking pigmented. Oh my God, I didn't think it was going to be that pigmented. Let me apply it with a sponge. I think that might be better. Yeah, so I would suggest probably applying this with a sponge, not with a stippling brush. Because holy crap, that was really, really pigmented. But it blends out to be really nice. I'm not super obsessed with this. It's really pretty, but I'm not like, oh my God, you need this in your life. I think it's good, but I feel like I need to build up the color a bit more. But I feel like once you shear it out, you kind of lose some of the pigment. I mean, obviously that happens when you shear out a blush, but I kind of feel like, I don't know. It's pretty on the skin. Don't get me wrong. It gives me a really nice glow. But when I look at it up close, okay, now it looks pretty. It looks super natural on the skin, so I do like that. I'm not like fully obsessed. I think I still like the Tower. Why is there so much crap on my face right now? That's better. Jesus, Caitlin. I don't even know what this is. I'm not fully obsessed with it. It's pretty and it looks really natural on the skin, but I might have to try it out a little bit more. But so far, I still think that the Tower 28 blushes are my favorite cream formula. So I would highly suggest those. But I'm not saying the Melt one is bad. All right, and now another first impression. I'm going to be trying out, again, a pretty bougie product. I decided to pick this guy up, and this has been on my wish list for a really long time. So I finally just decided to get it. I just need to get my highlighting brush because I can't find it. Okay, so the highlighter I got was the, why is this full of powder? The Dior Nude Luminizer Shimmering Glow Powder. And yes, picked up another bougie-ass product. And this one is in the shade 01 Nude Glow. I need to get out of here. Like, I feel like I've been filming like forever already. And for some reason, I'm really struggling with packaging today. So let's just open it up. And again, it comes with a really, really beautiful like velvety pouch. I love when products come like this. Oh my Lord. Okay. And then when you open it up, it looks like this. Oh my God. The packaging is so stunning. And then, again, I can't open anything today. Oh my Gertch. And then this is what it looks like on the inside. I love it. I just love it has like the embellishment on it. It says nude and it says Dior. It says nude mineral. So let's just go ahead and try this baby out. I'm going to take a decent amount and just highlight my cheekbones. I don't know. I'm not like too impressed with powder products today. Okay. When I look at it up close, it's actually really pretty. Am I fully obsessed though? No, but it does give a really pretty, like, glowy highlight. It's not, like, super intense. But I don't know. I feel like this is a little bit dark for me. But it's pretty. And it actually has a really pretty fragrance to it as well. But yeah, I like it. I'm not, like, fully obsessed with it, though. But I like it. Is it worth the price? I don't know. I think that the powder is worth the price. And I also think that the Gucci bronzer is actually really nice. So let me just go ahead and spray this a little. But if you guys were looking for like a Dior highlight that you wanted to try, or were thinking about trying like anything from Dior, if you were interested with in their highlighters, I would suggest the Backstage palette because I think that one is better. But it's actually really pretty. So I do like it. So let me just go ahead and set my face. I'm going to use my Milk spray just because this is like one of the newest, this is the newest spray in my collection. It's actually pretty light for like everyday looks because it's very hydrating. So let's go ahead and set my face. And I hold it pretty far back because it's very, very hydrating. So it has like a really nice spray to it. And now we're just going to do the lips. Okay, and then for the lips, I did pick up a new lip product. And I haven't tried this out because I wanted to save it for trying it out with you guys. So I did pick up one lipstick from the sale. And I did get the Rouge Dior Couture Color Lipstick in the shade 314 Grand Ball. And this one is the matte finish. So we're just going to go ahead and pop this guy on. And this is what it looks like. Again, the packaging is freaking stunning. I love Dior's packaging. Just so pretty. I'm just going to blot my lips a little. And of course, I got like a basic ass everyday peachy nude because you guys know these are like my favorite colors. So let's just go ahead and pop this guy on. And it actually smells really good too, but I've heard like amazing things about these lipsticks, so I wanted to try out one for myself. And it is beautiful on the lips. It is actually very similar to like Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk. It's a very like light, pillowy matte. So I had basically seen that these were like the #1 lipstick in the world, basically, like formula wise. So I wanted to try it out for myself, and it feels really nice on the lips. If you guys could see what I'm doing, that'd be great. I do find that the lipstick tube kind of gets in the way because the lipstick bullet's pretty short. All right, so that's pretty much it, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and go through everything and tell you guys my thoughts. Okay, you guys, so this is pretty much the finished look. Here are the eyes. So pretty. The cheeks and the lips. So I definitely have some thoughts. So honestly, the one thing that I actually really liked, I also really liked the Marc Jacobs primer. I think it's really nice, very smoothing. So out of everything that I've tried, I think the things that I like the most are these 3 products right here. So I really like the Melt eyeshadow palette. I think that it performed really beautifully. Honestly, I don't really expect much else from Melt. I think that their eyeshadow palettes are amazing, and I think that this past year I really have been blown away by Melt's eyeshadow quality. I think it's amazing, and I just think that this palette would be a really pretty addition to anyone that wants to try Melt products or Melt's eyeshadows. I think that this will be a really nice neutral palette. If you guys want to start out with something less colorful, I think that this would be a really pretty option. So yeah, so far I think it's really pretty. I think the mattes blended beautifully and their shimmers are always gorgeous. So amazing. I also really love this Backstage powder from Dior. I think it gives the skin a beautiful smoothing effect. I also think it set my eyeshadow primer beautifully as well. I actually forgot to set my eyebrows. I just brushed them out, but I didn't use a brow gel. I don't even know where my brow gel is right now. There it is. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Just gonna use my e.l.f. Wow Brow. Again, this is like the cheapest thing I'm using in this video today. But I have some thoughts on the cheek products. Like, I'm not like fully obsessed with them, but we'll talk about them in a minute. But yeah, I think that this powder is beautiful, very smoothing, gives like an airbrush effect to the skin. I think that this is gorgeous, so I really love this. And then I actually really love the Fenty Beauty Easy Drop. I think that it gives the skin a beautiful, natural complexion, and I do think it's great for someone that doesn't want too much coverage at all. I think that this is going to be a great product for the spring and summertime because, again, most people in the spring and summer don't want something that's too full coverage. So I just think that this is really nice, very hydrating, feels like nothing on the skin, and if you just want something that's really natural and gives you like a little bit of coverage and just evens out your skin tone, this is really nice. So I really was impressed by that too. I also love the Marc Jacobs eyeliners. God, my words are leaving me right now. Like, Jesus, Caitlin. And actually, like I said, I actually really liked the Marc Jacobs primer. I think it's really nice and smoothing and made my eyeshadows go on really nicely. So I think that this is a really nice eyeshadow primer. And then I also love the Marc Jacobs eyeliner in Earthquake. Very pigmented. I've been raving about these liners since I got them. I think that they're great and very pigmented and very easy to apply on the waterline. And then out of the powder products that I tried, I just want to grab the, I don't know where the heck oh yeah, here it is. I actually really like the Gucci mascara as well. I think it applied really nicely. It gave the lashes a really nice curl, and I think that it's a really nice mascara It might not be worth how expensive it is, but I did really like it as I'm dropping it. And then I actually really, really like the Dior lipstick. It's very nice, looks beautiful on the lips, very smooth, very lightweight. It's a very lightweight matte lipstick. Am I fully obsessed? I don't know. It always depends on how like dry my lips are that day. So I don't know. I like it. I'm not fully obsessed with it. So it's Dior though. So I'm not really sure. Okay, so out of the complexion products that I tried, like the powder products, I mean, I actually really like the Gucci bronzer. I think it adds a beautiful natural bronze. I think it's super silky, blends out beautifully. Really, really pretty. Do I think it's worth $60? No, I think that this is worth like $40, but it's Gucci, and I do think that it is worth getting for the, you know, luxury product, and I do think it's really nice. So it is very, very nice. Honestly, not fully obsessed with this. I don't know if it was just because of the way that I applied it, but I don't really love it that much. I like it. It looks good on the skin, but I did try to apply more, and I kind of feel like it just adds a very natural blush to my cheeks, but it's nothing like too special, honestly. I might have to try it out more, but I feel like it was very pigmented with a stippling brush. I would definitely highly suggest applying it with a beauty blender or a beauty sponge, but I don't know. Maybe I need to build it up more, or maybe I need to try it without powder on top, but I thought this wouldn't be really that affected by using powder, so I don't know. I probably have to try it out again without setting my face. That might be the reason why it didn't go on as smoothly as I expected, but I just don't think it gives much pigment to the skin. It's kind of very natural. I prefer the Fenty Beauty cream blushes. I think those are beautiful. I love the Magic Hour blush from Tower 28. Those are gorgeous. I think those are still my top favorite cream blushes, and I do really love the Kaja cream blushes as well. Those are beautiful. And then the last thing is the Dior Skin Luminizer. It is very pretty, but I'm not like fully obsessed with it. It is very pretty on the skin though, but I don't know. I like it, but this was like a wish list item that I wanted for a long time. It's pretty, but I was kind of more impressed by the other Dior products that I tried today. So yeah, that is it, you guys. I need to stop talking. I feel like it's like a train wreck. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at CBW819. And please share down below what you picked up from the sale. Are you shopping the sale? Are you skipping the sale this year? Or you guys can share your thoughts on what you picked up in my Sephora VIB sale haul video. So I love you guys. Bye.